Have you ever wondered if something as simple as daily hygiene could hold the key to a longer, healthier life? Most people think they're doing enough by taking quick showers or washing their hands occasionally. Yet, doctors and researchers are uncovering evidence that certain neglected areas of the body can have a surprising impact on overall well-being. What's even more shocking is how these hidden spots, ones you might barely think about, can become breeding grounds for bacteria, weaken your immune system, and potentially lead to avoidable health problems. For seniors, who often face a weaker immune response and age-related challenges, overlooking these areas can come with even bigger risks. Imagine a small infection that goes unnoticed, something that might have been easily handled in your younger days. But now, it escalates into a serious condition that drains your energy and disrupts your everyday life. That's exactly why. In this video, we're pulling back the curtain on 8 hygiene hotspots that deserve extra attention. Before you shrug it off, remember, every small choice adds up. If you want to protect your golden years, enjoy your grandchildren, and live with fewer health setbacks, don't miss out on what we're about to reveal. By the end of this video, you'll understand how a few small adjustments to your daily routine could be the difference between thriving and merely surviving. If you think you already know all the usual reminders like washing your hands or brushing your teeth, you might be surprised. There's one spot we're covering last that almost no one bothers with, yet it could be the hidden culprit behind repeated infections and a sluggish immune system. Stay tuned. And let's dive straight in. Think about all the surfaces you touch on any given day. Door handles, kitchen counters, your phone screen, money. Now, consider the tiny crevices under your fingernails. It's one of the easiest places for germs and harmful pathogens to set up camp, especially if you don't clean them properly. This is more than just a cosmetic issue. For older adults whose immune systems might not be as robust as they once were, trapped bacteria can quickly escalate from a minor annoyance to a serious threat. It's easy to assume that a quick hand washing gets rid of everything, but the area under your nails often needs special attention. Picture a small brush, maybe an old toothbrush, gently scrubbing away the day's hidden debris. That simple act can prevent issues like fungal growth and bacterial infections, both of which can show up as redness, swelling, or even persistent skin problems. Take the story of Evelyn, a 79-year-old who loved gardening. She spent hours each week planting herbs and flowers, using gloves most of the time. But even that wasn't enough. Dirt found its way under her nails, and over the years, she developed a mild yet persistent skin irritation that began around her fingertips and spread along her wrists. When she finally went for a checkup, the doctor traced it back to bacteria that had collected under her nails. A small change to her routine, a dedicated scrub under the nails after every gardening session, would have saved her weeks of discomfort. Many seniors also deal with reduced flexibility or arthritis, making it tough to reach and thoroughly clean every nail. If this rings true for you, consider a soft, easy grip nail brush or a specialized tool designed for limited mobility. Some electric options can even help you get in there with minimal effort. The key is consistency. Doing it once in a while won't cut it. Make it a daily ritual, and you'll keep potentially harmful bacteria at bay. This modest adjustment could be the first line of defense in stopping infections before they start. But that's only the beginning of our exploration. As we move forward, we'll uncover more hidden spots that can compromise not just your comfort, but your entire health profile. Your feet are your foundation, supporting you from the moment you step out of bed until you retire at night. Yet they often get the least amount of attention. A quick rinse in the shower might seem sufficient, but aging feet require a little more effort, especially since conditions like reduced circulation, thinner skin, and slower healing make your feet more susceptible to infections. Fungal infections, for instance, thrive in warm, damp conditions. If you don't thoroughly wash and dry your feet, particularly between the toes, you're giving fungus a cozy place to multiply. For seniors, a minor fungal infection can spiral into something worse, especially if it triggers skin breakdown that bacteria can then exploit. Then you're facing a double whammy: a fungal and a bacterial infection. There's also the issue of ingrown nails, which become more common as nails thicken with age. An ingrown nail might start as a small irritation, but can quickly turn into a serious problem if infection sets in. It can become so painful that you start avoiding walking, which reduces your overall mobility. This inactivity, in turn, can lead to muscle weakening and an even greater chance of falls or fractures. It's a domino effect that begins with hygiene. Consider Henry, who always prided himself on self-sufficiency. At 76, he began noticing a slight discomfort on the side of his big toe, but ignored it, thinking it was just a minor sore from a new pair of shoes. By the time the pain became unbearable, a stubborn infection had taken hold. Henry spent weeks on antibiotics, needed professional podiatric care, and had to limit his daily walks, something he'd relied upon to keep active. All that frustration could have been avoided with a routine check and proper cleaning. Preventive measures are straightforward. A gentle wash each day, followed by thorough drying, yes, including those spaces between the toes, can do wonders. Using a mild soap protects sensitive skin, and double-checking for redness, sores, or anything unusual gives you an early warning system. If mobility is an issue, try a long-handled foot brush, or even ask a loved one to help. Don't let foot issues snatch away your independence or your comfort. Regular foot care can help ensure you remain on your feet, living life on your own terms. But let's not stop here. There's another germ magnet that rarely gets the attention it needs. It might come as a surprise, but your belly button could be one of the dirtiest spots on your body if left untouched. Why? Because the navel, especially if it's an innie, provides a dark, snug harbor for sweat, dead skin cells, and all sorts of microbes that can multiply if they're not removed. You might assume that a stream of water in the shower is enough to keep this area clean, but often it takes more than a quick rinse to dislodge lingering grime. Over time, neglecting the belly button can lead to mild yet persistent odors, itching, or even infections that show up as redness or an unpleasant discharge. This is particularly concerning for seniors who might already have compromised immune systems. A seemingly harmless bit of neglect can escalate into skin irritation or bacterial overgrowth. Marjorie, 82, learned this the hard way. A slight odor made her self-conscious, and she tried switching soaps, believing it was just sweat or hormones. When the smell persisted, she discovered the real source was her belly button, which hadn't been thoroughly cleaned in years. A small cotton swab with warm, soapy water once or twice a week was all it took to clear up the issue, but it taught her a valuable lesson about overlooked hygiene. If you have reduced mobility or a larger belly that makes reaching the navel challenging, consider doing your belly button cleaning in a seated position. Use a gentle cotton swab or your fingertips combined with a mild soap or a bit of saline solution to carefully clear out any buildup. Then, be sure to dry the area thoroughly to prevent lingering moisture. It sounds almost trivial, but a clean belly button can be a hidden ally in warding off infections. Don't let this seemingly small spot undermine your efforts to stay healthy. And now, let's pivot to another area that quietly accumulates bacteria more often than you think. When was the last time you deliberately washed behind your ears? Many of us do a quick pass with soapy hands, assuming that's good enough. But the space behind the ears has creases and folds that can trap sweat, oil, and skin flakes, creating an environment where bacteria can flourish. If you wear glasses, hearing aids, or even face masks that hook around your ears, you're increasing the moisture and friction in that area, further encouraging bacterial growth. For seniors, drier and thinner skin means that even mild irritations can escalate. Additionally, reduced mobility in the shoulders or arms might make it harder to reach behind the ears thoroughly. The result could be redness, itching, or even a stubborn odor that doesn't go away with just a splash of water. Eric, a 74-year-old with hearing aids, found himself constantly scratching behind his ears. At first, he attributed it to the hearing aid rubbing against his skin. Only when he visited his audiologist did he realize it might be a hygiene issue. A prescription cream helped, but the long-term fix was a simple routine of daily cleansing and drying behind his ears. Remember that regular face washing doesn't necessarily address this small but crucial area. A soft cloth or your fingertips with a bit of gentle soap can do wonders. Dry it well afterward. This extra 30 seconds in the shower can help you avoid the kind of skin irritation that can quickly grow worse. But there's another aspect of personal hygiene that too many people gloss over, even though it's central to overall health, particularly as we age. Oral hygiene is about more than just having a bright smile. As we grow older, the health of our teeth, gums, and tongue directly influences how our entire body functions. Poor oral care can lead to bacteria in the mouth that seep into the bloodstream, potentially contributing to infections, gum disease, and even cardiovascular problems. It's not an exaggeration. Doctors have found links between chronic oral infections and serious conditions that affect heart health. You might be thinking, I brush my teeth every day. Isn't that enough? In many cases, it isn't. For seniors, gums may recede, creating pockets where food particles and plaque can hide. Dentures or partial bridges also demand special care. Additionally, the tongue itself can be a major reservoir for bacteria. If you've never used a tongue scraper or a specialized brush to clean your tongue, you may be leaving behind layers of buildup that lead to bad breath and gum issues. Consider someone like Lucy, 73, who had excellent brushing habits but never focused on her tongue. She constantly battled minor gum infections despite having no visible cavities. After a dental hygienist recommended she clean her tongue every morning, those gum flare-ups gradually subsided, and she noticed a significant improvement in her breath. If you use mouthwash, remember that rinsing alone may not dislodge all the residue stuck to your teeth or tongue. A physical method, whether it's brushing gently or scraping, is often the best way to ensure a thorough clean. For those with arthritis or limited dexterity, electric toothbrushes can be a game changer. They require less manual work and reach places a standard toothbrush might miss. The key is to maintain consistency. Brush at least twice a day, floss or use floss picks, and clean your tongue. Doing so not only keeps your mouth feeling fresh, but it can also protect the rest of your body from the migration of harmful bacteria. But as crucial as oral health is, our journey through overlooked hygiene zones isn't done yet. There's another spot that might surprise you with how quickly it can become a hotbed for unwanted bacteria. Your armpits might already be on your hygiene radar, but are you truly giving them the attention they need? Sweat glands under your arms can produce moisture, and when combined with dead skin cells, this can turn into a buffet for bacteria. That's what causes body odor. But the issues run deeper than just smell. If you're only giving your armpits a quick scrub, you might not be fully removing layers of deodorant residue, sweat buildup, and bacteria. As we age, we sometimes assume we sweat less, but that's not always the case. Seniors can still produce enough perspiration to create an environment where bacteria thrive. And if your immune system is compromised, or you have thinner, more sensitive skin, repeated bacterial exposure can lead to skin irritation or even recurrent minor infections. Miriam, 81, had always prided herself on good hygiene, but she noticed more frequent rashes under her arms that would flare up and then subside. She blamed everything from her laundry detergent to an allergic reaction. Eventually, a dermatologist pointed out that she was not fully washing away her deodorant each day. Buildup of product and bacteria was inflaming her skin. A few changes, like using a gentle exfoliating cloth and switching to a milder deodorant, helped her skin calm down. It's not a complicated fix, but it does require vigilance. Focus on thoroughly lathering the area, maybe using a cloth that can gently remove any buildup. Follow it with a careful rinse, ensuring no soap residue remains. Pat the skin dry to reduce moisture. By paying extra attention here, you stand a better chance of warding off discomfort and even potential infections. Yet, even with armpits in check, there's still one more area that can undermine our best efforts. Many of us shower, brush, and scrub, but still miss this zone altogether. Every day, your scalp produces natural oils, sheds skin cells, and collects sweat. If you have hair, these oils and cells can build up, leading to dandruff, irritation, or in some cases, inflammation that can escalate if bacteria get involved. If you're bald or have thinning hair, you might assume there's less to worry about, but the skin on your head still needs regular cleaning and gentle exfoliation. Seniors who are less mobile might find shampooing their hair difficult. They might cut down on how often they wash it, leading to increased buildup over time. This buildup can cause itchiness, flaking, and in more severe cases, small sores that can become infected. Daniel, 78, had thinning hair, so he figured washing once a week was good enough. Over time, he noticed irritated patches on his scalp that he couldn't see, but could definitely feel. When he finally had it checked, he discovered a mild infection had taken root in the spots where oil and dead skin cells had accumulated. If he'd continued to neglect it, it could have become a more serious problem. With regular gentle scalp washing and a medicated shampoo, his scalp returned to normal within weeks. Even the back of your neck can collect sweat and oils, especially if you're less active and spend more time leaning against chairs or pillows. The friction can irritate skin that isn't regularly cleansed. Keeping your scalp and hairline clean doesn't have to be an elaborate process. A mild shampoo and a soothing massage with your fingertips or a soft brush can work wonders. If you have limited mobility, there are rinse-free scalp cleansers and other adaptive tools designed to help. The key is consistent upkeep, ensuring these hidden spots don't turn into a ticking time bomb for bacterial growth. But there's yet one more element to hygiene that often flies under the radar. Even if you do all the above perfectly, washing your body is critical. But what about the items you press against your skin day after day? Pillowcases, sheets, towels, and even masks or eyeglasses can rapidly accumulate bacteria and oils, then redistribute them onto your freshly washed skin. If you never wash or change these items regularly, all your efforts in cleaning your body might be undone in a single night's sleep. Think of pillowcases. You rest your face there for hours, transferring sweat, dead skin cells, and hair oils. Over the course of a week, this can create a micro-ecosystem of bacteria. For seniors prone to breakouts, rashes, or infections, that's the last thing you need. And let's not forget towels. If they remain damp for too long, they become an ideal habitat for unwanted microbes. Helen, 75, noticed recurring red bumps on her face. She washed diligently, even used recommended facial cleansers, but the bumps kept appearing. Then she realized she hadn't changed her pillowcase in nearly 2 weeks. Once she started washing her bed linens more frequently, the bumps gradually vanished. Something as simple as a clean pillowcase can make a huge difference. The same logic applies to eyeglasses, hearing aids, or masks. If these aren't clean, they sit against your skin for hours, inviting bacteria to settle in. Taking a moment to wipe them down with disinfectant or gentle cleanser every day can protect sensitive areas like behind the ears or across the nose bridge. A good rule of thumb is to change your bedding, especially pillowcases, at least once a week, and wash your towels every few uses. By doing so, you create a holistic environment of cleanliness complementing the direct care you give your skin. Even the best hygiene routine can fall short if you're constantly reintroducing germs from dirty fabrics or items. We've journeyed through everything from fingernails to pillowcases, uncovering those hygiene hotspots that so many people tend to overlook. These aren't just random areas. They're critical points where bacteria, fungi, and other pathogens can thrive, gradually wearing down your health defenses. For seniors in particular, a small oversight can escalate into a larger issue. But the good news is that small, consistent habits can turn the tide in your favor. Think back over your own routine. Do you really take the time to clean under your nails or behind your ears? Are your feet and your belly button getting the attention they deserve? Are you thorough with oral hygiene and mindful of scalp care? And what about those items you use every day? Pillowcases, towels, or glasses? These daily choices might seem minor on their own, but they combine to significantly shape your health trajectory. It's never too late to adopt new practices. Maybe start with the one area you've neglected the most and build from there. If you're living with limited mobility or chronic conditions, don't hesitate to seek out tools or ask friends and family for help. Remember, these actions aren't just about cleanliness. They're also about preserving the quality of your life, maintaining your independence, and avoiding preventable issues that can sap your energy and resources. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Which of these areas caught you by surprise? And what's your next step in refining your hygiene routine? Drop a comment below to share your thoughts or experiences. If this video opened your eyes or even reminded you of habits you'd forgotten, feel free to like, subscribe, and share. Your engagement helps us continue bringing content that informs and inspires, encouraging everyone, young and old alike, to take charge of their well-being. Thanks for watching, and remember, a few simple changes today can pay off in a healthier, happier tomorrow. We look forward to hearing your insights, and we'll see you in the next video. Stay well and keep shining.